Welcome back to another episode of InFLOWential Reasons. I am your host, Supreme444's Supreme King Britain. And first and foremost, before we jump into any episode, any debate, I don't give a damn what it is, first of all, we giving thanks to the Most High. Secondly, I love to give thanks to my people who support me. It means a lot. I love to show my thanks and gratitude for sure. But if you can, as always, like, subscribe, and share this content because I'm planting seeds. Right now it's my harvest season, but I'm also planting seeds. I'm always planting seeds. You can never go wrong with planting seeds. You never know what it's going to sprout into, when it's going to blossom. Just never know. And it's always good for each and every one of us to plant a seed, but I'm going to do the God's will myself and plant them seeds. That's what that's part of my journey, you understand? But first and foremost, thank you. Thank you to the Most High, and thank you for everybody who's always supporting me, sharing content, liking content, subscribing to this channel. It's a fairly new channel, and I'm doing real groundwork, no bots, no nothing. It's real grind and hard work that I love to put in. I love to put in. I love to see the fruits of my labor. You understand? But listen. Today we're gonna be talking about the cause and effects of broken love and how it simultaneously affect how it starts in the childhood, but it can affect adulthood and the way we date, the way we mend friendships, the way we start the friendships, the way we carry ourselves in day-to-day life, whether it's careers, relationships, love, etc. So that's what we're gonna be speaking on today, And before we jump into that though, I do want to speak on something. It's about, it's a little sidetracked from what we're going to speak on today, but I think it's necessary. It's about the cross. And the cross, the cross, that Jesus was crucified on. I just want to speak briefly on that before I dive into the topic that I need to dive into today. So basically, listen. First of all, the chain it represents the life force. And I got a title right here on my face as well as you see me rocking the cross. I'm gonna tell you why I do both. Represent. They both mean a lot to me. I'm not Christian. I don't belong to no religions. I'm just spiritual, but I do practice all religious beliefs because I believe there's some truths in all. I don't like no religion. I don't. But listen, it represents the uterus, which is the womb of the woman, the eggs, which gives life, and then it's the penis. I'll say you need all of that to align to create life. No woman is no bigger than man, and man is no bigger than women. Women, y'all need men, we need women. That's why you have to come together to create life. I ain't seen it happen no other way. Seen it happen no other way. Argue with y'all own reality. I ain't here to argue with you or debate with nobody. I'm just telling you like it is. So, first and foremost, it represents life. It's the truth. I understand. I got it tatted on my face. Secondly, I understand now what the cross means to the Christianity and the Roman Catholics. But I had questions myself though. Before I spoke on this, I did a little studies because I asked, okay, the Roman Catholic Church was created after Christ was crucified. So why was he crucified on a cross? If that wasn't, So the reason I represent the cross is because of the crucifixion of Jesus, who was the closest thing to the Most High God who roamed this earth. You understand? He's the Son of God. God lived with people. And that's God came through Jesus, And by him being crucified on the cross, to me, the cross represents the crucifixion of one of the greatest chosen ones, the Messiah, you understand? So that's why I rock it. That's why I rock it. Now, I'm not for sure why anybody else rock it. I'm sure people rock it because they're Christians, some Catholics. And that's, that's their business. No wrongdoing there. I don't judge nobody. I ain't here to judge. I ain't here to try to persuade nobody into believing what I believe. I'm only here to plant seeds. So I just want to get that out there first and foremost. If you want to hear more about that, DM me, and I curate that into another episode where I can go briefly on it. But right now, we about to talk about the cause and effects of broken love. Yeah, we about to see what's going on with it. Because as you can see, right now I think it's hard for people, even in marriages, I don't think people really be aligned, and I don't think people know how to really discern. And the reason why I said it, because 75% of relationships ain't built on no morals, values. It's all materialistic. It's all based on the materials of what someone can do for one another. They don't incorporate the Most High God into their relationship. So that's not saying all, majority. I'm quite sure there's some some religious-based religions or some religious-based marriages out there that's not lasting either. But that's out of my hair. I can't speak on that too much. I'm sure it happens. It's life. But I'm just saying the vast majority, especially in the communities that I come from, it ain't built on no morality. It's not built on spirituality. It's just built on what can you do for me? And that can be the cause and effect of broken love, because some tend to fight to love out of survival. Hey, that's what happens when we come from the trenches that we are, So that's why another reason I fight against that street culture and shit like that, because it's one thing to hustle to provide for your family, but when you take on the lifestyle, that's when you become a different ball game. But listen here, what happens when love breaks? Not just the relationship, but the heart, the trust, the faith, the love you had in itself. So tonight we're gonna be speaking on that, What is broken love? Broken love isn't just a heartbreak. Broken love can stem from childhood traumas and wounds. It can stem from neglect. It's just not about the betrayal. Sometimes it comes from neglect, betrayal as well, dishonesty, multiple of reasons. So the question you can ask yourself, what does broken love look like in my life? And once you recognize what it is, you can then start to heal yourself on it, because you gotta heal from it. Listen, you gotta heal. You're not gonna just wake up one day and be healed. People don't like to put in the work. You gotta put in the work. You gotta put in the work for whatever it is you want to do. I don't give a damn if you want to go on the negative side of life. You still gotta put in work. Whether it's on the positive side or the negative side, you still got to put in work. You cannot skip the process. That's when you reap the fruits of your labor. You understand? Broken love can come whether it was a lover, a friend, or even a family member. We all felt that kind of pain and changes. However, we see the world. Like I said, it always can start from childhood trauma. It usually starts first from the home, your family. Maybe it's the neglect of the father. So then that turns the women up to 9 times out of 10 not operating her natural femininity. She got to take on, she got to become the man of the house. Sometimes it's for a reason, majority of times it's through ego. A lot of women kick the man out of the house because they want that sympathy. They want to try to do it themselves so they can parade themselves or clap themselves on the back whole time for selfish reasons, and the child always the ones gonna suffer from the majority of the time. I'm product of it. A lot of people around me probably product of it. You just gotta be real with ourselves. Forgive too though. Don't be holding grudges with your parents if you're over the age of shit. I'm in my 30s, man. Especially in your 30s, man. Ain't no point of holding grudges, man. All that shit for the birds. It is what it is. So you forgive your parents, forgive yourself, and start the healing journey. We ain't on sympathetic shit right here. So yeah, cause you never know what your parents' childhood was like. It's always generations of curses, always cycles. You gotta forgive. Sometimes it's good if your parents still alive and well. Put that pride to the side and sit down and have a conversation with them. Both of y'all talk. If it's something that y'all can do. Sometimes the parents be so far down that rabbit hole in guilt that they ain't trying to hear that shit. and that's wrong. But I see, I can understand where that's coming. Well, I see where that's coming from. I can't understand it, because you should always hear your child out. Because, come on, man, everybody wants. It's always good to sit down and communicate thoroughly. And pride, man. Look, pride, bro. That's a bad motherfucker, man. Listen here. But anyway, so we gonna go into the cause and effect of love. You understand? So. Usually it stems in a family dynamic. Usually stems childhood, like I said before, the neglect. Father may not be there, or it can be an abusive home where they see their father beating on the woman, or it can be a single parent household. That's how it usually shape out to be. Or sometimes you got them single father household with single parent as well, but it's a single father. That's more of a slimmer chance. If we're going in order, it's gonna be a single mother. Second is abusive household, the abusive parents. Thirdly, it's gonna be it's gonna be that single father. Usually shapes the child and their upbringing on how they gonna operate in their adult life, and that tends to 95% of the time shape the way they date. Okay. Been in this field for a long time, Dave, and I understand, and I try to understand, but I study people, especially women. I ain't gonna just say specialist people. I study people deeply. But when I'm dating, I'm still in the dating field. I'm dating. I'm on that market now. Whatever y'all want to say. I understand what I come across. A lot of women be needing healing. And 9 times out of 10, even on certain levels, people really not dating to men souls. People are dating out of survival and what can you do for me? It's all about me. There's some selfish shit going on in this world. People got to understand, but they need to discern very well. Both men and women. It's just not women. I'm speaking on men too, because they far gone just like the women is. They need help too. I ain't here to bash nobody. I'm here to plant seeds of healing. First we gotta be real with ourselves and look in the mirror. It's getting wild and wild, but people still longing for that love. They just don't want to put in the work to heal themselves, to attract. You're gonna attract who you are. Ain't no other way around it. And like I always say this. Women, do not submit to a man if he's not submitted to the Most High God. There's no structure there. Don't just keep running to the money, because the devil, a man without foundation or the spirit of God in him, or he submits to God, is the closest thing to the devil, and vice versa. Fellas, my guys, not keep chasing looks and wifing based off of looks. That's one of the biggest things that always come about when you with your boys, or you tell them you don't stop talking to a certain ex or something. They look at that like, damn, bro, you stop talking to her, she look good. That'd be the first thing they say, she look good. Like, bro, I'm supposed to stay with her just because she look good. Like, and if it's all about the looks with you, bro, lust gonna kick your ass, and you ain't gonna make it to round 3 with lust. In a fight night, you ain't gonna go for it, and the devil gonna know how to play on you. You know that saying? Devil gonna the lady in the red dress, beautiful. Devil know he's the author of confusion. He know how to deceive very well. That's why these niggas that's why these guys fall victim all the time. Chasing that lust. Lust gonna be the man's downfall. Y'all better know how to control that, discipline yourself. But let me not veer too far off of what I'm here to talk about today. Well, it's not really too far off, because that's a stem of broken love too. That's just in the form of a man chasing what they lacked, or that nurture and love from the mother, because they come from a single parent household. As a guy, you're not really getting that nurturing that you're supposed to be getting, because your mother, she's all tapped into providing and protecting and doing the roles of both. She's out of alignment by default, and I understand certain situations where, let's be real, a lot of women in today's time are pushing the guys away, but men need to fight a little bit harder for children. That's their prized possession. As men, we provide and protect for our families. So if you're not out here providing for a family, then what the fuck is you doing? Like, for real, what the fuck is you doing? Like, bro, it ain't that hard to get your shit together to fight and have split custody or to take on the custody. Y'all just throw in the flag and say, fucking, I understand, though. Don't get me wrong, though. Women play a dirty ass game and we know this shit. But fight, put up a fight, man. Put up a fight. How y'all fight when y'all in them gangs and shit? Y'all put up a fight. Y'all go hard for the neck for y'all boy, man. Go hard for these kids too. And I understand that's what you signed up for. You gotta honor the laws you signed up for. You most definitely do. But honor what you signed up for when you was procreating with that woman. And you know, they say trap, man. Listen, man, we ejaculating to these women. It really ain't no trapping for women that does. You know how to pull out, or you know how to strap up or not come. Let's stop playing dumb here. Reality is reality. Let's keep it a buck, man. All this bullshit, that ain't helping us out, man. Cause I wanted to get back to them two-parent households. You know, I want a strong foundation, man. How it was in them 60s and them 50s and, you know, them 70s and, you know, when black love, it just felt like peace. Despite what was going on the outside, it was love in them homes. You know, we need to get back to that structure. We the only culture that's still bamboozled. I just don't see it. But you still got to show compassion with boundaries, and I always say that that's how you got to understand the patterns of life and what goes on. Black folks, we disobedient, and I believe that's why we were stuck in a bondage for 400 years. We've been those disobedient energies. It's old energy. You got to understand what's going on. We tear each other down before anybody. We disobedient, and we supposed to be the children of the Most High, right? So He gonna throw some obstacles in our way, and he gonna create some people. He worked through people, so he gonna create people to put us in bondage. Now it's up to us to know how to recognize that, to stop that, to get our foundation strong, to also show compassion and love. Also keeping boundaries, and that don't mean getting smacked in the face and turn the other way. No, you smack back, but and you smack the shit out of whoever you smacking. Show compassion. Or try to show compassion before you do that. But if it get to the point where they smack you, hey, you smack their ass back, then show compassion. They ain't trying to hear it, cut them off. Go on to the next. That's what I mean by showing compassion and love. Because we still have to show love to thy neighbor. And thy neighbor is everyone in this world. You know, I know it's hard for people to hear, but right now we ain't dealing with emotion. And if it is some emotion, folks, I'm planting a seed. So that way you can work on your emotional intelligence so you can grasp this message. You gotta understand what type of power we hold as being leaders. You know, being leaders of civilizations. You gotta understand what comes with that. A lot comes with that. So, work on self, man. Get closer to the Most High. Tap into your Akashic records. Also read and study. But them Akashic records gonna help you out a long way. You tapping into the knowledge that's already there within you. You're sleeping on the Akashic records. That's something for another day. Yeah. But back into the broken love, man. That's a 9 times out of 10 why a lot of women get into certain relationships that in the long run it don't fit them. Same with guys. It's all good in the honeymoon stage. But once that wear off, you don't even know who you're dealing with. People don't really get to know one another on a deep, cause people are so scared of the truth that they don't go. It's a limit to certain things they ask or even dig for within people. And majority of the time, people are dealing out of insecurities. So 9 times out of 10, so far down in relationships, instead of trying to dig and figure out who the person really is, y'all digging trying to see if y'all gonna catch them slipping or cheating or y'all cheat first. Yeah, like it's always on defense because that's trauma. Y'all ain't really healed, but y'all can't be alone, so y'all just keep on bleeding on to the next. That's the cause and effects of broken love. We gotta heal. Like, come on, man, we gotta heal. Like, everybody probably won't grasp this message, and that's okay as long as I plant the seed. Maybe you would a month from now, a week from now, a month from now, a year from now, 30 years from now. As long as this shit's still cycling, I've done the Lord's work, you know. But for real, that's a cause and effect. Also, it can be choosing your career path. For example, that's why a lot of guys turn athletes or to the streets, especially to the streets for majority of it, because like coming from a single parent household, we got to become here early. We want to provide, not only provide for the family, provide for ourselves. And at certain ages, you can't even get jobs. And nowadays, they not providing jobs for the youth no more how they did when I was growing up. So what's the only way you can get paid? The streets. I'm not saying it's the right way, but they designed it to that way so that way they can go to the streets and they can, that way our youth can crash out at an early age. But where's the OGs and where's the real strong, level-headed black men in our community? We supposed to be guiding and protecting our youth, our women, our families. Like where we at? Hey man, we need more stand-up men. We do. Like everybody got it. Come on, man, y'all. It's 2025. Y'all still sleep now. Move out the way. Just step back with no argument, no debate, no back. Just step out the way, cause you bullshit. It's crunch time. Y'all bullshit. Listen. So listen here. You know what? We're gonna have to finish this on another time. I'm gonna get back to this, but I'm also probably gonna bring on the guest so that way I can hear their point of view. But I'm gonna get back to this because I do have to finish up something else, and I just want to briefly speak on that. And I hope I got out enough within these 20 minutes. If not, I'm definitely going to sit down and give y'all more thoroughly info on this topic because it's really deep and it's very powerful and it's very important that my people receive this message. I'm Supreme444, and y'all here in tune with Influential Reasons. Thank y'all, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this content. Like always, give thanks to the Most High, give gratitude, God bless. Supreme, we out.